Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 243 for October the 4th, 2024. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil.
Hi.
Hi. How we doing, gents? We all right?
Not bad. Glad it's the weekend.
It's not pissing down this week so far.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's something.
We've had some sun, but I've been at work, so I haven't really seen it. I've seen it's been sunny outside. I'm like, great, nice. But, yeah.
Good. All right.
Has your little summer come to an end over there?
Not really.
All right, fuck off.
Well, it got a little bit cold a couple of the nights, but I mean, you could have gone in a t-shirt all day today if you really wanted to.
I was in a t-shirt all day.
Well, there you go. You see?
But,
Indoors.
Yeah. And it was freezing. Everyone moans about how fucking cold it is where I work, and I'm walking around in my t-shirt. I've not got my budgie smugglers on though. Not on display anyway.
Thank you. That's good to know. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for coming back or joining us if this is your first time.
Unlikely.
Let's move swiftly along then. All I can think about is budgie smugglers. Right?
And me.
Neil's crotch.
Slightly disturbing image. And that's coming from me.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's move on to football then. Try and cleanse the palate, shall we?
Palate? Ugh. Don't even go there.
Ooh, now I've mentioned my mouth.
And my crotch. Ugh. Now I can't fucking concentrate. I've got Fraser's mouth in my crotch. Ugh.
Oh, easy. Come on. We didn't need to go that far.
Well, you did. You said it.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
without further ado. See, I can say that expression this week. Last week, I had terrible trouble with that expression.
A Jew, did you say?
I think last
like, as in the deity, a Jew, isn't it? Isn't that French for God or something?
Isn't it a Jew is farewell, isn't it?
Fucking hell.
A bit of dear.
That's not French, though, is it?
I really don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I'm pretty sure it's French, but
is it?
So am I. Yeah,
I thought it was au revoir. It was see ya.
Yeah, but I didn't. That's goodbye, isn't it? Or
what did you say then?
Farewell.
All right.
I don't know whether that's true though. Don't quote me on that.
Any French listeners?
I don't think we have any French listeners. And if we did, we probably don't anymore.
We had big peaks on the old downloads this week.
What,
again, I don't know what's going down in Singapore. Somebody's harvesting it all for something nefarious later on.
Oh dear, it's fucking AI. That's where the AIs are hosted, is it?
Yeah, maybe
maybe that's what it is.
A complete doppelganger Seal podcast just by AIs. That would be hilarious.
It's probably better than this one.
I got the notification from Facebook about opting out of all their AI stuff.
Oh yeah, I had that.
As is typical on Facebook, everybody's going cut and paste this. It'll get you out of any legal ramifications whatsoever. You can commit murder in your own country if you just cut and paste this and put it in your feed. And then Meta sent me an email saying you can opt out. Here's the official way to opt out if you want to. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not opting out.
They could create a new me.
Yeah, just go train the AI. Might as well train it with my shit rather than some Muppets.
But
sideways glance by Neil.
You haven't copy and pasted that thing on your fucking page, so how's it going to work?
Huh? Well, no, I haven't opted out, have I? I don't know what I don't know what it is either.
Have you have to put a thing on your profile to say that you can use your AI? Your AI can use me as much as you like. That's what you have to put on your profile now.
Anyone can use me as much as they like.
Yeah,
please.
I'm bringing the bar down if they try and pull my information.
They should, right?
There's nothing on my page as far as I know.
Did you get that Facebook thing I sent you today?
Me?
I sent you. I tagged you on something that.
I don't fucking go on Facebook. I have to
you should go on it for this one. Yeah, just go check this one out later. Anyway.
Well,
go on then, Neil.
The league's been sitting there while we've been gibbering away about fucking Facebook AI and all that bollocks.
That's all right.
But
old person's tea party.
Big news is Will Barkley's had a bit of a tumble from the top. He's now third.
What? How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. And unfortunately for me, my wife is up to second as dislodged.
Hey, normal business.
Yeah. And Nathan has gone top.
Ew.
And after weeks of giving them loads of shit, it seems like the Yanks have finally turned up.
Oh, they've gone on. They're online. The Yanks are online.
So Lewis, who's been giving me shit for the last few weeks.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm giving them shit. I don't know. He was top scorer on the week. He's the one. No Haaland. He's determined no Haaland all year. So I feel like this could be a one-hit wonder. But he hit 94 last week. Narrowly missed out on that 100.
Did he have Palmer as captain?
He didn't have Palmer as captain. He had Palmer.
Palmer as captain would have netted.
Yeah, he would have got him a shitload of points.
Oh.
It was 50 points. He got 25, didn't he? So it would have been a 50-pointer if you'd captained him.
I think he had 40.
Gary De Felice captained him. Got 50 points. And he got 87, was it? Oh, no, that was Scott Patton got 87. It's 80. Where is he? So you have to scroll down quite fast still to find Gary, despite his massive score last week. Where the fuck is it? Oh, 91. 91 for Gary.
Yeah, very respectable.
Yes, very much so. So the people who didn't have Haaland
50
last
of it
week
comes from one player.
Yeah, slightly worrying. Although to be fair, 41 from everyone else isn't too shabby.
Yeah, actually, that's fair enough. I only got 50, so who am I to?
Yeah, well, we'll get onto the bits and bobs in a minute, but yeah, Haaland didn't do anything last week. So the people who've not had Haaland had a good week last week.
Well, I have Haaland, but I didn't captain him.
No, I didn't captain him last week. I made the genius move of getting rid of Diogo Jota, Mo Salah, and João Pedro. Mo Salah, did he get 10 points?
I think so, yeah.
10 points for Mo Salah. Jota, not really done anything for a few weeks. Did he fucking score or assist? He got a load of points anyway. So I was a bit pissed.
Pedro, that was a good move.
João Pedro was a good move because I brought in Ollie Watkins.
Red. He's now red triangle.
Oh yeah, he was red before. That's why I took him out. So I took a 4-point hit last week because I was like, if I'm going to lose 4 points, this is the week because I'm playing the average in the head-to-head was the thing. Well, I fucking lost to the average anyway.
Oh jeez.
Despite my 4-point hit because of fucking Cole Palmer basically, because he raised the average massively. Like with his 25 points.
I like how you're blaming Cole Palmer for all this.
Well, he's not low owned, but so he bumped the average quite considerably, I imagine.
Come on, just say it. You tinkered and you're doing better.
And Mo Salah. No, I wouldn't have been better off, to be fair, because the ones I brought in, Brian and Burmo, Ollie Watkins, that was like 18 points.
Okay.
And the only one that failed for me was the super reliable Bukayo Saka. So far this season scores points every fucking week. At one point on Saturday, I was happy because he had an assist and 3 bonus points. And then they decided that Leandro Trossard's goal was actually an own goal. So Trossard got the assist. So they took the assist away from Saka. And then Saturday night, he still had 3 bonus points. I was like, oh, he still kept his 3 bonus. That's weird. Oh, well, okay, he still got okay points. And then Sunday, they took his fucking bonus points down to 1. I was like, bollocks. So he ended up with 3 points for the week, and I got 6, obviously, as captain. So at one point, I had 10 points for Saka, which was bearable. And then he went down to fucking 6. And I was like, ugh, that sucks. Because I probably would have beat or been level with the average with those extra few points. Especially if he'd kept his assist, it would have been a blinder.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, anyway, that's my team. Last week. I've made one change for this coming week. Dave was talking about him in the build-up. I've got rid of Amad Diallo from Man United because it turns out they suck. And I brought in Dwight McNeil of Everton. He's got a bit of a toughie this week. They got Newcastle. But then looked ahead, I was like, he's had quite a good few games. And after Newcastle, they've got a nice little run of fixtures, Everton. If they've actually turned the corner and start to, they've been scoring goals. They've just been conceding more goals than they can score. So hopefully that turns into a good move. But I'm 0 transfers, 3 freebies now, going into the international break after this weekend. So that's my team. How'd you get on?
I did average, exactly average.
Oh yeah, you drew. Oh no, you didn't draw because I was playing average. You had a draw in the head-to-head, didn't you?
In the head-to-head with Chipper Spice, yeah. Yeah, my blushes were saved again. I seem to be get my blushes saved by the last game of the week it seems like almost every week. But Cook nearly
what
had a
the
goal.
fuck did that come from? I was like, I looked at your team, it's like fucking Lewis Cook. Who puts Lewis Cook in the fucking team and he gets 11 points?
He nearly got a goal.
He did.
So yeah, it was all right. Nothing special. I mean, I had a lot of other players.
I was laughing at you last week. You going on about fucking Thomas Partey in your team? It's like, what the fuck? Who brings Thomas Partey in? And he
nearly got a goal.
That was
or an assist.
That was in the PSG game in midweek. I thought he'd scored, but it was from a free kick. But the ball went straight in from Saka's free kick, so Saka scored basically. But I thought it was Thomas Partey that scored in the
wasn't it on Thomas Partey on Arsenal at the weekend? Didn't he? I think he nearly got an assist or something. I don't know anyway. But you know what?
Well, one of those assists where you pass the ball to someone and they run like half the length of the pitch and score. It's like, well, that's not really an assist, is it? But it counts for FPL. Yeah. Like Mickey van der Ven had the best assist, I think, of the week. He deserved more than fucking 3 points or whatever for his assist because he ran like the length of the pitch around everyone and fucking put it on a plate for, was it Solanke or someone?
Yeah, very impressive. It was Rodgers, wasn't it?
No, because Rodgers plays for Villa.
Not Rodgers. But it wasn't Solanke, though. It was
Johnson. Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He scored a few points and he's super cheap. 6.4, I think. But yeah, the man to have last week was obviously the aforementioned Cole Palmer, 25 points. 4 goals in 20 minutes. The dick. I seem to recall earlier on in the season, I was like, I must have said it on I was like, I've got to have Cole Palmer this season. Don't care, he's more expensive. I'm not going to go through what I did last year and not have him. And then for some reason I fucked him off anyway.
Yeah,
and then,
but he doesn't. Yeah,
he doesn't score every week. He just, when he scores fucking loads of points. It's like, He doesn't stop at just one, does he?
No.
He's just got a fucking hog of the limelight. It's all about Cole Palmer and his silly little fucking celebration that he stole off of Morgan Rogers, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, allegedly. They were both at City. Everyone comes from fucking Man City. All the good players that play for everybody else.
One of the interesting... I was listening to one of the football shows. I think it was... I can't remember which one. The one with Matey Boy who used to do the Italian football.
Oh, Totally Football.
Yeah. And they were saying...
What's his
name?
One
of the guys,
Richardson.
James Richardson. Yeah, they were one of the guys on the show was saying that the thing about Palmer and Foden and some of the other young players is that they've just born to do this, right?
That's all they've ever done. They've been trained to be amazing at football.
They've been, and like so doing it on the big stage is not, it's not.
It doesn't faze them at all.
It doesn't faze them. Yeah, exactly.
It's just like playing for like some shit team like Luton.
Yeah. So what do we think, Foden? What about Foden coming online?
It's going to happen. He's going to become a man to have, but like
when?
Yeah, when?
He played
could be this week.
Didn't he?
Could be. They're at Fulham then. They're at home to Fulham. Haaland scored and assisted, I think, against Fulham last season at home.
Right.
So.
What about you, Davey boy? What's going down?
Not very good.
It was a bad week last week. You had a good week the week before, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. No, hang on, let's have a look.
36 points it says here, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
I'll scroll down.
I was very happy with my team place last week, but now I'm down to 21st, and yeah, I've done some emergency pruning of the team.
Have you?
Yeah.
What pruning?
I got rid of
Tsimikas.
Imikas, yeah.
Tsimikas with a TS.
Tsimikas. some random guy for Liverpool that doesn't actually play.
No, he rarely plays.
Yeah, so yeah.
They've got the other guy Robertson ahead of him, so.
Yeah, no, I need to look at my team again.
Have you got a wild card still? You haven't played your wild card, have
you? I've got everything still. I got hit. I got
Kev played his free hit last week. I don't know why. Got him 50 points. He was one of the top scorers the previous week, so I don't know why he played his free hit last week.
Yeah, he's just feeling it out.
I think so. Maybe it's his first season in the league. So
yeah, it's all right.
There was a few others that took hits. I'm not sure anyone actually went well on there for it there. The people that took hits actually did all right.
What about the head-to-head?
Head-to-head, you say? Let's have a look, shall we? Joe Wobbler is joint first with David Kinsit, Fraser Morse. Oh, no, sorry, no, David Kinsit. No, they're both level. What? Oh, it's cut off to 15 points. No, you're second. Sorry, third on your own. I should know this. I wrote a fucking blog about it. So Will and David are tied on 15. For some reason, they must have changed the way that the table is formatted because it doesn't fit on my screen anymore. So yeah, Will's top because he's got the higher overall score. Fraser, you're third on your own after drawing, so you're on 13 points. And then
that draw could come back to haunt me, or it could...
Well, it could save you. You never know. It could be the difference you need at the end of the season to be top. Yeah. Who knows? Don't get many draws in the head-to-head.
No, you don't.
Very unusual. And then there's like 8 teams on 12 points. So everyone's now scored. That's the big news. Everyone's got points, or at least 1 point, because Chipper Spice drew with you. She's got 1 point. And the other 2 who are on 0 both won their fixtures. So everyone is in the points now. Hurrah. We're off. Everybody's off and running.
Well done, everyone.
And, you know, it's only 14 points between top and bottom still. So it's that stage of the season.
What are the standout matches?
So we had Lewis smashed Mr. Arnold by 60 points. 94-34. That is an ass whooping. There was a draw, as before mentioned. You and Chipper, 50-50. Literally 50-50.
Literally 50-50, yeah.
And yeah, I lost by 3 points to the average. Boo.
I think that was the closest, wasn't it?
Other than the draw, which was literally the closest one. You can't get any closer than the same. But yeah, so big wins for Gary. He beat my boy 91-56. There was, I don't know, not really any close ones, to be honest, other than the 2. It was like good 15-20 points in most games. So well done if you won your fixtures.
You were the closest against the average, apart from you, Chipper.
Yeah, we just did that. Did you not listen? We said that already.
Sorry, no. I was looking at something else.
You were daydreaming about something.
No, I wasn't daydreaming. I was looking at the show notes. Sorry, my bad.
Dave said, you were the closest. I was like, no. We like Razor and Chipper drew, so that's literally the Did you just did the whole thing again? Weird. Anyway.
I'm preparing myself for the next segment, you see.
Are you, indeed? You are reading the emails.
Sort of. All right. Are we done for can we move on to the next segment?
Well done, Lewis. I have to give you a clap. I don't know. It'd be sulking otherwise.
Well, you're sulking saying that.
Mate, I've been sulking a lot lately.
Don't sulk. And don't tinker. Just hold fast. Hold strong.
Sorry, should we have another look at the list?
No. All right, let's move on to some listener stuff. Thank you, Neil. Standout games to look for this weekend? Fixture list.
It's what was it again?
Fixtures. Ooh, Liverpool, Crystal Palace tomorrow morning, or Crystal Palace.
Is that the early one? Yeah, Liverpool are early. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's no Monday night this week because it's international fixtures next week. That's what I would say.
I'll tell you what, games for the 3:00 game. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games tomorrow at 3:00. Do you know what I'd be tempted to watch out of all those? Probably Leicester, Bournemouth. I love watching Bournemouth right now.
Bournemouth are a good watch. Oh, do you know what?
Really are.
One game to watch this weekend, in my book, Brighton v Spurs. That's going to be a potential repeat of Brighton v Chelsea, which was fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
Because they both play this high press, high lines, like defenders on the halfway line. And that's why Brighton got absolutely beasted by Cole Palmer. Because they were just... I don't know, why don't we just all stand on the halfway line and let them just score? Was basically legit what fucking Brighton did in the first half last week.
We'll see if they learn anything.
So,
the Brighton manager looked a little bit stressed out last week.
Yeah. What was the week he got sent off? That wasn't last week, was it?
No,
That was against Forest, wasn't it? It was against Forest.
All right, let's move on then to listener stuff. Eric Signs says, time to get litigious, Seal Crew. I think I pronounced that right, haven't I? Nobody knows.
Sounded right to me.
It sounded good. I should never have said anything. He says, in my never-ending quest to find new tea time snacks, I came across some new chocolate biscuit bars at my local Aldi store called Seal Bars.
Boo, Aldi.
Called Seal Bars. He sent us some photographs. Seal Bars are basically Aldi's version of Penguin bars. I actually had a Penguin bar yesterday. And in the name of product research, I've sampled both flavors and can confirm they are both pretty tasty Penguin alternatives. He has a mint and a milk chocolate.
I'll just say, from my expert eye has noticed that the mint ones obviously don't sell very well because they go out of date at the end of this month, whereas the normal ones don't go out of date until the end of January next year.
You got a few months. You got to eat the mint ones first, Derek.
Yeah. So get on the mint ones.
He says further product research at Aldi led me to 3 similar chocolate biscuit bars called Jive, Titan, and Racer.
Right.
Aldi's version of Twix, Snickers, and Mars bars.
I don't think that's in the right order, though.
Maybe not. I'm not gonna. Do you need to address that, or are we?
I'm not an expert. I'm pretty sure a Titan is the Mars bar.
I think we have the Titan here actually, in our dollar stores.
And I think the Jive is the Twix, but I think the Racer must be the Snickers.
Yeah,
because
I'm
almost 100%
right?
Titan.
Yeah.
He says, I couldn't help but think that Jive Titan Racer could be the English translation name of an obscure late 90s Japanese PS1 racing game that was so brutally difficult that it never got released outside of Japan, and it's now going for a minimum of £500 on eBay if you have a copy in mint condition.
Sounds about right.
Going back to the Seal bars, Aldi are obviously cashing in on the undoubted popularity of the Seal podcast, and I think you should go full Nintendo on them and sue for copyright infringement. I would offer to settle out of court and secure a big fat payday without having to try too hard. Cut me in for a share of the spoils for bringing this outrageous travesty to your attention. No objection to ending this email, my lud, Derek.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
I fear we might end up in trouble if we try to sue Aldi's about Seal bars. They might just flip it on us and be like, we've had Seal bars since 1996.
Well, they probably want to have a word. They go, well, let's have a chat about that image you use, yeah, and let's have a chat about about this, and let's have a chat about that, yeah. Well, now, I am aware of Seal bars. There's an Aldi that opened near my parents' house in Windsor, so I've trotted over.
Do you not have Aldi's in the Canada yet?
I think we do.
Would you have Lidl's?
I thought Aldi's were actually something originally something.
Aldi's German.
Abroad.
It's German.
Is it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So's Lidl.
I'm not sure. I think we have one of the Aldi or Lidl. I'm not really too sure which one. I think it might be Lidl.
Sure, it's not IKEA you're thinking of.
But yeah, I've had the Seal bars. I mean, I've had the Seal bars one because I think I just the first time I went, I think I brought some back because I had to try them. I've sent the picture.
You had to try them in Canada rather than in the UK.
No, well, whatever. I tried them. I think my dad brought me some of the Seal bars over this year. So bless him. I mean, my dad, he still couldn't bring me proper penguins. He's got to save a buck where he can.
I don't think penguins are that expensive.
No.
Well, you don't know how cheap my dad is.
I don't know how cheap those Seal bars are, to be honest, because I don't go in Aldi's.
Yeah, they're all right. I wouldn't touch the mint ones with a barge pole, but
you can't get mint penguins though. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Penguins is pretty standard.
Orange Seal bars would be the ones I would like.
Ooh.
Are you a Viscount person? Do you like Viscount?
Massive. Nah, not really, but I'm a huge fan of Orange Club biscuits.
Yes.
You can get mint penguins.
Not in this country, surely.
Yeah.
Where?
Asda.
Fuck Asda.
Yeah, proper supermarket.
Or off Amazon, apparently.
Oh right, yeah. They're probably about £100 a pack, something stupid on Amazon. Some dodgy reseller.
Have you guys tried Seal bars?
Nah, maybe. I'm not a big penguin fan. Do you know what I had? Penguin adjacent.
Tried Jive, Titan, or Racer?
I've had the Jive bars. No, Titans bars. I've had a Jive as well because that's a Twix. They're okay. They don't taste like Twixes and Mars bars.
I think the thing with those ones is I find when I buy those less expensive, my daughter was buying, I think, the Titans or something like that. She discovered them for a little bit. It's the sugar. They're not using. They're using something in there. That
I might be the cocoa
taste...
content potentially. I think because that's the most expensive part.
It's sort of the same.
It's like these are all right. These are okay. And then after a while, you're like, these are nothing like the real thing. Why am I eating this?
Why is there a really cheap aftertaste in my mouth?
Yeah. Yeah. I had Penguin adjacent. I had Tim Tams. Have you ever had a Tim Tam?
Oh, yeah.
Tim Tams are good.
They're from
Australia.
Yeah, they're from Australia. We had them in Tesco's. Ooh. And
are those
they're a little bit more.
Things?
No. They're like penguins, but the biscuit bit's a little bit more light. I guess it's not like a chunky, solid, dense biscuit like a penguin. It's a bit more light and airy, and the creamy bits are a bit more nice. But you only get 9 in a pack, and it's quite a big pack for 9.
Fucking Australians.
Yeah, it's quite expensive cost of living, isn't it, Australia?
Yes.
It's not quite Scandinavian levels.
Well, if you're going to bring anything from Australia here, it's going to be expensive, that's for sure.
Yeah. But I think if you're already in Australia, things in Australia are quite expensive.
There's a way of eating them that's the best. That's the only way that you should do, and I should
Come on, then.
put it on a packet. You bite both corners of the pack off, and you drink a tea or a coffee through it, hot drink.
And it melts in the middle.
Eat it immediately because it melts it all in. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we used to do
that. Can you do that with a penguin?
No, but I'll tell you what you can do that with. It's not the flake. What's the other one that's like a flake, but it's Ripple? You can do that. You bite each end off a Ripple and you use it like a straw in your tea or whatever.
Ripples are amazing. That's like the Mars flake, but it's covered in smooth chocolate. It's like Galaxy chocolate.
All right. Thank you, Derek. Much appreciated. Friend of the show, Colin sent us something. He says, how many hours overtime would you have to do to afford a PS5 Pro? Also, are any of you guys interested in a Pro?
So, too many that I care to do.
Can't do the maths. No. It's 800 quid for a Pro. 1,000. Oh, what was it? About 1,200 Canadian or something stupid.
About $1,000 plus here.
Well, plus tax.
I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably have to work.
How many hours?
That's like nearly a month's wages for me. Because I'm only part time.
Let's just convert that to days, shall we? How many weeks to afford a PS5? To put $1,200.
Assuming I didn't just have the money anyway, like I do, then
yeah, I don't have the money for that, so we can use that as a fresh bed here. First of all, I'd have to get rid of my wife. Then I'd probably have to work a good couple of months, try and put aside $1,200 to $1,300 or whatever. It'd be a few months, I would have thought, to try and put.
You fucking bought a Range Rover, mate. Is this where you've got money? You've got a Range Rover account, have you? Like you put in money in.
Well, I mean, I also bought a house, but it doesn't mean I can afford. I can afford a $1,200 console, right? You
could afford one.
My cars.
You could afford one. It's just choose not. You choose to spend the money on other things.
Well, I'd have to save for it first. I choose not to go into debt buying it. So
you're Mr. Fucking you've got money tucked away. We know. You might be all tied up in stocks and shares or whatever, but you've got money if you really needed
it. Mate. I'm broke.
Look at that. Think of that Steam account credit you've got. With all the refunds you've done over the years. It's a shame you don't get interest on it.
I got the $100 Steam credit. I've had that in there now since
the last game you refunded.
You buying things with the Steam credit and then going, "This is shit," and refunding it.
Brilliant.
I don't know. Like I say, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
It's cheaper than the new iPhone.
I'm not interested in a Pro, though, answering the question. I have no desire that there is not one part of my life is going, your PS5 games could run better. You should buy this. It's just...
You just haven't read enough articles yet.
No, I haven't been swayed.
I mean, they're coming.
Anybody interested?
I play one game a lot on my PlayStation. And I've just started playing a couple of games on there this week, which we'll talk about soon, obviously. But I don't feel the need to upgrade.
Are you at any point
I've already
saying I need this to be better?
No, because it's a PS5. I don't expect it to be better than it is because it's a PlayStation console. I'm like, this is what it's going to be for the next 5, 6, 7 years, or whatever. That's what that's what I bought into.
I think it's, I don't know, 2 or 3 years left in the cycle.
It's been out for like 4 years already.
Through the PS. We're not. We're just halfway through the PS5 cycle now.
Yeah, it came out in 2020, didn't they? Or 2019, was it?
2019.
2019.
Yeah, so we're 5 years in already.
Yeah.
Yeah. The console cycle.
So I'm not saying another 5 or 6, 7 years. I'm saying 5 or 6 or 7 total.
Right. Okay.
From when you buy it. It's not like a PC when I know like I'm going to buy something and a year later I'm going to be like, fuck me, I need to buy something else now.
All right. PS5 Pro, no chance. Not here.
I'll wait for the PS6.
Wouldn't have it in the house.
I'll wait for the PS.
No.
You would have it where?
I wouldn't have it in the house.
Oh, I thought you said something else for me. There's no way you're fitting one of those up there, I can assure you.
Big old bits.
We should get into a discussion at some point about what our predictions for the. I mean, I guess maybe we do that end of year predictions for the future with consoles and stuff.
Why do we not do that normally? Like once a year,
yeah, we do
our
that
predictions.
All the time. Yeah. All right.
There was things I noticed. Something's happened today. There was news happening today that was definitely been mentioned in predictions before.
Okay.
There's Ubisoft shit going on. Who had the Ubisoft predictions? That was last year, wasn't it? It was 2023. Because I had the joke one.
I think my predictions coming up are for this year are going to be a winner. I think so far from what.
Well, one of them was not really a prediction, was it? The Apple Vision headset one was just like a gimme.
Well,
oh, mate, nice one, Arnie. Thank you. You're insane, man.
All right. Anyway, I'll take the gimme. Right, let's move on to what we've been doing then.
We didn't even talk about the Ubisoft shit.
What?
I was just started talking about, and you just moved on.
Then what? Come on then.
The family Guillemot are going to buy Ubisoft. Apparently, they're going to buy out the Guillemot family, the people who kind of run the board. Basically, there's about 5 or 6 of them on the board of Ubisoft.
Right.
Yves, you know him? That guy, Guillemot.
Yeah.
It's French.
Okay.
Not Guillemot, I assume.
I'm sure your pronunciations are probably what's
Guillemot sounds a bit more French than Guillemot.
And probably only because I've got some weird wrong pronunciation embedded in my head.
But yeah, apparently I saw that they're going to, them and Tencent are going to join together and take Ubisoft into being a private company.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to buy out all the people around. So they ceased trading or something. They ceased the shares trading earlier today because there was that bigger fucking thing that they were going to do it. But, that was a few hours ago. I read that. I haven't read up since, so I don't know what's going on.
I wonder if there's any news on my
on your Discords.
Yeah. There's some activity there.
That was a 2023 prediction from you that Ubisoft got bought by somebody else, but unfortunately, it's going to be bought by the people who are running Ubisoft. But apparently, so.
No, that wasn't my prediction.
That's the worst acquisition ever. That's like, yeah.
All right. Okay. Can we move on now?
Go on then. I'll let you.
Thank you. Let's move on to what we've been doing. No particular order. Dave, how would you like to go first? Hi, Vic.
Hello. Hello, Vic.
Didn't hear that.
She's saying hello. She's bringing the dogs in.
Hi, dogs.
All right, love you.
Yeah, that's
yes, lovely.
So, we watched Deadpool and Wolverine, the new one.
It's all right, isn't it?
It's all right. I like the first 1 and 2 first.
I haven't really remembered the second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which Wolverines or Deadpools are you talking about?
Deadpools.
Yeah.
Vic liked the Deadpool and Wolverine because Wolverine gets his top off.
I love how the fact that they just.
He's got to be about 60 though. Right? He's well old.
Yeah.
That's not his physique. It has to be enhanced.
It's got to be a bit of retouching going on there.
Yeah, for sure. There's no way.
I mean, he does just go to the gym all day, every day, and then do acting.
I was comparing him to me. I was having a look.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
There's no way that's real.
I'm pretty sure your wife's not doing that.
I liked it. I liked the movie a lot.
It was alright. Funny enough, I did notice that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool didn't have his mask off so much in this one compared to the other films, thinking that maybe he couldn't be asked to be in makeup and have his funky face molded on, because I bet that takes a while to put on.
Maybe. I mean, there's going to be a ton of it. He's not even there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just some other guy in a suit.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably not even that, is it, these days?
It's
just a computer doing it all.
Just a computer. Yeah, he does the voice. Or maybe AI does his voice.
Knows if it's real.
I did like the fact that they put Chris Evans in thinking he's going to be Captain America, and he played his original character, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny Flame or whatever, Johnny Fire or whatever his name
from
is.
the Fantastic Four or whatever.
Yeah. That was actually really good.
That was clever. That was
a bit of a spoiler.
That was a good. Well, it was a good
spoiler for the best joke in the film. I haven't seen it.
I don't know. You haven't seen it? Oh, no. Definitely not the best joke in the film. I thought my favorite part in the film, spoilers then for anyone who hasn't seen it, is where they're in the car and Wolverine just lets him have it, just gives him a big old, just tells him how bad he is, how sad he is, how everything. He just basically just tears him down.
Yeah.
And brutally so. And then what does he say? He just goes, I'm going to have to fight you now.
Yeah.
And then it just kicks off. Yeah, it's really good. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I've thoroughly entertained, and it surprised me how much I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the first two because it was so different to the other. Well, I know they weren't Marvel films at the time, but superhero films. But yeah, I did like it for a lot of its callbacks. There were some notable characters that were missing. That was quite surprising.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
From previous Deadpool movies?
From previous films, yeah.
Or like that silver guy.
Yep.
The silver guy? Surfer guy?
No, he's big.
Not Silver Surfer.
He was in the second one, wasn't he? The big silver guy.
Wasn't there a big stone guy? Isn't he stone or something?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I can't remember. It's been such a long time.
So Cable, the main guy from the main protagonist that was alongside Deadpool in the second film, he was missing. Colossus, the big silver guy, he was also missing. His mate.
Who was like the girl, the little girl character?
She was in it.
So what's her name?
Can't remember.
Oh god.
And her girlfriend's in it as well. Yuki. I know that's the name of the girlfriend. But yeah, there was a few, which is fine. But it was noticeable. And I think they are setting up for like more films down the line.
What with them two?
Which is not bad. With yeah. But it's also going through like the multiverse thing, so anything and anyone can pop up at any point. And it's all a bit weird. They did play on that a little bit in this
They
one.
Fourth walled everything about that, though, right? The whole game is just to continue that game. The whole thing is just all fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
And he mentions
he used to do that in the Deadpool movies anyway, didn't he? He was always looking at the camera and shit.
And
that was weird.
And he
Dave's headset just ran out of battery, I think.
It
was a very odd noise.
You with us, Dave?
Sorry.
He just ran out of battery, yeah.
Yeah.
We just witnessed a quick... That's amazing. He didn't even have to take his headset off. He just literally like...
It was like Formula One.
It was like a literal pit stop.
Is that part of those headphones then? They come with changeable batteries then? Is that I've not seen that before.
No, I normally have them charged before, but yeah, it comes up with a little battery that goes into a little deck here.
So you have a spare on hand all the time?
Nice.
Yep, that's very clever. Nice.
Professional.
Oh, he's got all the good stuff, hasn't he?
He hasn't got these.
You're the only one who's got those.
Maybe not. They're good though. They last fucking ages.
What else have we got, Dave?
Hang on. Started watching a thing called Ludwig on BBC iPlayer. With I can't remember his name now.
Ludwig. Oh, that's the David Mitchell.
David Mitchell.
Off of a Peep Show and stuff. And the Mitchell and Webb look.
That's it. The best way I can describe it is a English monk.
Okay.
He's a...
he was an accidental detective or something, is what
he's an accidental detective, yeah. So he... the very start of it is that his twin brother is gone missing. He's a detective in the Metropolitan Police.
His twin brother is a detective.
His twin brother's a detective. David Mitchell plays his twin brother, identical twin brother that is a social recluse and
this is a David Mitchell role by the sound of it, the social recluse part for sure.
Yeah, but he's all about he's all about solving puzzles. Like that's his thing.
Does escape rooms.
Sudoku.
I'm not sure it's
does escape rooms, but on his own, obviously, because he's a recluse.
Yeah. But it's just very good. He plays it really well. Is
it a comedy?
It's a comedy. Yeah, there is comedy bits in it. It's a comedy mystery drama.
Bit what's his name? Oh my god, Alan Davies. What was that? Jonathan Creek.
Jonathan Creek.
Was it a bit adjacent to that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very British crime. They have
what the Brits do well.
What the Brits do well. They get them all in the end in the same place at the end and basically talk through the whole case with everybody, and then everybody stands around and goes, "Well, who actually did it?" And it's like, "Oh, it's obvious, it's him." But like clever. But yeah, it's a good watch. About an hour each. They're on iPlayer.
And normal episodes. Terrestrial TV / satellite TV.
I wouldn't know.
It's broadcasted for sure at a regular time every week.
Right. But they're all on iPlayer. So.
Well, the whole episode, the whole series is already on there. Right? It's one of those. They do that, don't they? They show one a week on live TV, and then they're like, "Oh, you could just watch it all on iPlayer if you want."
Yeah. So we're in like 4 out of 6, and we'll probably finish that off the weekend. I haven't put it on here, but I do want to watch it. Is The Cleaner with Greg Davis?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've seen that.
Season 3's just come out on iPlayer now as well.
I only watched a bit of season 1, but I was very impressed. And it's funnily enough because what's his face, who's in that thing you're just watching? He's in the 2nd or 3rd one of the first season, where he's like the tortured writer, right? Whose mother has died in the chair or something like that. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. It says, "Oh, sorry for your loss." It's like, "Are you sorry?" It's like, "Well,
he's such a wanker."
Not really.
Great.
I'm sorry for saying sorry, but I'm not sorry about your mum being dead.
That's really good.
Yeah. He's a bit like that in Ludwig. David Mitchell. He's good. He plays a real good off camber, slightly erratic character.
Did you watch his other thing that he did? The Bill Shakespeare thing. What was that?
Yeah. Oh fucking hell.
I haven't watched either.
I watched it loads. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can't remember.
If I just put.
You'll have to edit out. You'll have to edit this bit out.
Radio.
Upstart Crow.
That's the one.
Upstart Crow. Yeah, which is a line from a Shakespeare play.
Of course.
Calling somebody an upstart crow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. He was good in that as well.
I like him, but
actually, yeah, Shakespeare's because he is playing Shakespeare. His story is quite his actual life.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Who Shakespeare's life was?
Yeah. Oh. Well, it was the time where.
Good. Does he know how miserable he made the lives of millions of school children? Hey, did he have any idea?
Oh God, we've got that. We've got English GCSE this year exam, so they'll be doing. I think they're doing Macbeth these days.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Scottish play.
Is it? I don't know. Is it the one you're not supposed to mention? What's that one?
It's Macbeth.
Yeah. Well, glad we didn't mention it.
All right, we're not in the theatre, so I think we're all right. Okay, let's move on. Neil, do you want to go?
Did something really exciting this week? I got my drill out.
Shock us.
Got my drill out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cordless.
Yeah. My Makita
Nice.
drill. Drilled some holes.
Did it have power?
Well, I had to. The battery was charged already when they lost.
nice.
The battery's charged ages ago. I haven't used it in fucking ages. It was enough.
Still held into charge.
Press the button and it said 4 lights. I was like, impressive.
Nice.
So I don't know what technology that. Olivia Mine, is it? I don't know. Is that hold its charge?
Very impressive considering there's only 3 lights on it.
They were red, which did make me go, huh. Does that mean they're not good?
Is that good or bad?
It fucking worked. So I was like, oh, okay. It worked anyway. And yeah, drilled a few holes, put up some blinds instead of my curtains that I don't know what had happened to them, but what are they? They're like those swirly little hook things that go onto it's like a track. A plastic track. I can't remember what it's got, a fucking brand name, whatever it is. But there's a swirly hook that bits between the curtain and the actual rail. And for some reason, loads of them just snapped all at the same time. I was like, what the fuck?
Are they plastic?
Yeah. But
somebody is hanging off.
They last for fucking years normally, but like this lot just all went at the same time. That's weird. So yeah.
Well, not really that weird. Like if one goes, now you've got extra weight on all the other ones. Maybe another one just goes, I've had enough now, and it goes, and then it's
the sun on them and whatnot makes the plastic.
It doesn't get that sunny because we're on the ground floor, so it's not like the sun's coming in on those.
Well, you got sold fake knockoffs then. Who knows?
Maybe. But anyway, they were.
I mean,
they did piss me off quite a bit.
Good explanations here as to why it's happened. It's not a mystery.
They were. They did stick. Obviously, the thing with curtains is they stick out quite a lot, and they were right next to me, and it never used to be next to me when I was in the other end of the room, but now they were just like they did piss me off quite a bit. So I put some blinds up instead. The IKEA jobs.
Neil is doing the
universal sign language for a blind.
It looks as though he's pulling a train horn.
It's they're the push up and pull down ones. They automatically you just push them up.
Venetian blinds.
No, they're not. They're not Phoenician. They're from IKEA.
Not
So they're obviously Swedish.
I thought you travelled far for them. Venetian.
But yeah, so I've had them before in other rooms. There's loads of reviews about them saying that they snap. Like there's the plastic hooks in the mechanism. It's weird. I know it's all springs.
Are we back to plastic hooks again?
But there's loads of people saying that the blinds are just sitting there and they just fucking go bang and explode and fucking shit's going everywhere. And I was like, that's never really happened to me. And I've had them before. We've had them everywhere. But
when you say never really happened, has it slightly happened?
No. The only thing that happened is we had the same type of blind in my son's room, but it was a blackout version. And he pulled it down and it never went back up once. So I replaced his. And what happened was I put the new one up with the same fittings that was already there because they just like slip on and off. And when I got his old one down and I was fiddling around, I was like, it's all like massive fucking bit of blind all flopping around everywhere. And I pulled it a bit further and it went whoosh, and sucked it all back together. I was like, what the fuck? It works. It's not broken.
Oh.
So I was like,
those type. Okay, I got you. Now.
They've got like some sort of tension in the top bit that.
Yes.
It's enough to like not just suck it up every time you put it down. Clearly, that's very clever. I don't know how it works.
Magic, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, that's exciting story number one. I put some fucking blinds up.
I don't know if we can recover from that one.
But they're good. They're not falling down. I've got to cover up the old holes for the ends of the racks, though. The ends of the what would you call it? The rail. But that went on far too long. I watched a movie that I've been meaning to watch for basically my whole life, I suppose. It probably came out when I was about 3, maybe, I don't know. Alien.
78 it came
Yes, that's when I was 3. So that was a pretty good guess. So yeah, Alien, the original.
I was over twice as old as you at that point.
Yeah, wow. And it feels like you are now.
It really does, especially when we're doing the podcast.
Especially when I'm going on about fucking blinds. Anyway,
I feel like I've
I
aged.
wasn't supposed to go on that long.
It wasn't even that long.
But Alien, yeah, it's it kind of holds up. I mean, I can't imagine what it must have been like watching this in the cinema. That scene, everyone must have seen that scene.
Yeah, at this point, don't worry about spoilers.
The scene,
it's Alien from 1978. Yeah. I think we're all right.
Obviously, I'd never seen the bit before that scene or the bits after that scene. The scene being where he's eating his dinner and the alien comes out. That
yes,
he got an egg laid in his belly basically while he was unconscious for however it was, 20, I can't remember, a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the alien bursts out and I'm like, fuck me, that these days looks well shit. The actual, like, the bursting out of the chest bit looks quite real and stuff, but the actual alien itself, it's like, how the fuck can anyone in the cinema wasn't just pissing themselves laughing at how shit that thing looks? I don't know.
It was just a different time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Nobody
clearly.
had seen, because there was so much effort involved in making those special effects. You didn't see them as often, right? You know, you didn't. There's nothing to compare it to.
I mean, the spaceships
Plus,
are obviously models and all that sort of shit. It's so obvious these days.
Yeah.
But
same in Alien. Well, have you seen Aliens?
Yeah. When they're the fucking tank thing that was crushing through stuff. I was like, that looks like it's about fucking 3 inches long. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Alien the original is even older than Aliens.
So
quite a lot older.
If you're giving it a little bit of a pass for its age,
it's still good. I was gripped for the whole film. Like it doesn't feel like a 2-hour film.
No.
Yeah, I think the thing is because the thing about Alien is it's not totally reliant on the special effects. Most of the time, most of the problem from Alien is when you can't see it, right? That's the bit where they're getting chased. That's the thing about
Alien Isolation, the game, isn't it? Like, because this is similar in terms of vibe to that game. I've not played through the whole game, but the problem with the game is it goes on for 20 hours, which is a bit of a problem. But yeah, the film Alien, 2 hours, didn't feel like 2 hours. Flew through it. I was like, this, like I say, massively old looking special effects. I mean, it did look like he died. He did a good job of acting like he'd had a thing burst out of his chest. But the actual alien, I'm sure there's a comedy scene in something, and I was like, that actually looked better than this. It just looks so shit.
Was it Spaceballs?
It might have been Spaceballs. I can't remember, something like that. It does a little fucking dance. Yeah. That's a Mel Brooks thing, isn't it? Yeah, totally. But yeah, that was like comically bad. But the rest of the film, was really good. I enjoyed.
But it's bizarre, isn't it? Because I do remember, right, when I was a kid, the first time I saw it. I mean, just horrified.
Yeah.
It's so funny, How he just becomes so desensitized to it all.
It's just, I've just watched it again, that bit, and I'm like, I'm literally about 3 feet, not even 3 feet away from my TV. And I just like imagine watching that as cinema again. That looks so shit. What the fuck? But because it would have been literally about 20 feet wide on the fucking screen or whatever at the cinema. But whereas it was only like a few inches long on my TV screen because it's not a particularly large TV screen. I was like, that looks so bad. But yeah, the actual film, despite that, very good. Better than Aliens, maybe. Because that hasn't really held up, I don't think, that well.
Yeah, they're similar films, but they're not. And
it's totally different because Aliens is a stupid action movie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and Alien is like a creepy horror film.
Yeah, horror thriller.
Yeah, horror thriller. Yeah, good point. Good. All right.
But yeah.
Any more?
Finally got that one done. I don't know what else I'm going to watch next.
Good.
Maybe I'll watch. What's the one? Alien, not Romulus. The one before that, Covenant, which is the one I don't think I saw. It was the one after Prometheus. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's all right. Actually, I like that one.
There was one after Prometheus.
Yeah, Alien Covenant.
Covenant. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't think
it's on Disney Plus.
Okay. All right. Okay, I've got a couple of things on my list. First of all, mice. Yeah. We have mice this week. Last week, my neighbor, I don't know. I talked about it last week.
The dead mouse.
You did.
No, I talked about dead mouse. Yeah, when I had to go next door, my neighbor had mice. So I went and helped her out when she had a dead one in the kitchen. And I was sort of like, we've never had mice. And then, of course, I was doing some moving around of stuff in the kitchen a few days ago. And I'm like, those are mouse droppings. Oh, my God. I started moving things away from the walls. I'm like, oh, shit, those are a lot of mouse droppings. So we have mice. I think we had them for for a little while, not that long, localized to the kitchen. So anyway, scrambled Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
We've got some tape mats.
No, so I cleaned out everything. We're our own worst enemies. So round by the dog bowl, underneath the fridge, I'm sure there's tons of kibble or whatever that's come up. When you're feeding the dog, it gets thrown around. So they've been having a smorgasbord for the last week or whatever it's been. So we cleaned up everything, put out some traps the first night, caught a couple, haven't caught anything since. The last two, I'm two for two. It's 2-2 right now with me against the mice. I've got 2, and they've had 2 traps that they've stolen food out of and not set off. So tonight we continue the war. It's like we're right in the middle of it now. I've got some. Oh shit, I didn't get any more traps, but I need to go get some more traps. And I've ordered some latex gloves because apparently handling the traps is very bad. You need to wear gloves so you don't get human smell on them. So anyway, I'm continuing that minor activity as far as I can tell. So I think just even cleaning up and getting rid of all the stuff that they were, running around and whatever has helped, but it's not over yet.
Arnie's just put a very long word in it's not that long. Put a Latin sounding name. Leptospirosis. Did I say that right? Sounds right.
I don't know. What is that?
Some sort of mouse disease, I'm guessing. What do they call that? Transmutable disease or whatever.
Yeah, I think my wife was getting ready to hoover up all the droppings and stuff
Viles disease.
Like, don't do that. Right? Let's just sweep them up and get them in there. You don't want to get them on your hands. You don't want to eat it, breathe it, or anything like that. So
definitely don't want to eat it.
Anyway, so that's mice. Penguins I've got on there as well because
you got penguins in your kitchen.
Got penguins in the kitchen.
That's where I keep my penguins. To be fair,
we started watching The Penguin. So
the TV.
Yeah. Right. Did I talk about it last week? I can't
remember.
I
don't think so. It's Colin Farrell.
So we've watched.
Doesn't
the second
look like Colin Farrell at all.
Doesn't at all. No, it's very good. He play. I mean, the way he's portraying the Penguin is I really like. He's a really good character. He plays it really well.
Did you like? Is it like what do you call it? Arkham Asylum kind of Penguin, or is he a bit? He's more grounded, isn't he? He's more real, like a real.
It's more grounded, and I was doing some reading on this, and they were saying that the writers, it's more like they said 2 of the shows that it draws its inspiration. 2 of the movies it was supposed to draw its inspiration from is Scarface and The Long Good Friday. So obviously everybody knows Scarface. It's all about the guy who comes over from wherever it is, immigrant comes over and becomes a massive drug lord. The Long Good Friday is again about a power struggle in London amongst the.
Is that drugs related in it? Long Good Friday? Is that to be, or is it just gangs?
I can't remember.
It's got Gene Hackman in it. Is that right? Is it Gene Hackman?
No, it's got.
Bob Hoskins. I'm thinking of something else. French Connection. I'm thinking of for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, brilliant. I'm loving it. My wife is okay with it. I think she likes it. But I love it. It's like I think it's much more blokey. You know what I mean? That's like I say, with that sort of influence of Scarface and whatever. Like
gangster
it's a much more blokey sort of gangster movie. Yeah. But it's really good, and I think there's quite a bit of lore there. Obviously, there's tons of lore, and they have to be careful of the source material. There's a lot of lore there that I don't know, so a lot of it is.
This is DC. This is DC sort of.
It's
official,
DC,
isn't it? So.
Yeah. And then it's all based around the Penguin and his dealings with some of the crime, with the Falcone crime families and some other ones. And there's some major characters in there who have appeared before.
They've been in that Gotham show.
I think so. I think there's a connection.
Did you
there.
watch Gotham? Because the Penguin in that does not look like Colin Farrell. It does look in this. He's a right weedy guy, isn't he?
Yeah, no,
In
this
that.
is that's right.
It's a bit of a head case, but
yeah, this is played much differently. But I highly recommend it. I'm really enjoying it.
okay.
So,
It's on Sky over here, I believe.
oh yeah, there you go.
Sky Atlantic.
And then I have also here Mice, Penguins, and Orcs. And Orcs is on there because we've been watching Rings of Power season 2, which was moving along as normal. I think it's well done. I think it's definitely a good piece of television.
Is it quite long? Does it go on a bit? Because it's not like his books went on a bit long.
There's a lot going on. There's about 3 or 4 separate lines happening, which obviously they're all going to converge at some point, like there's one line over here with Proudfoots, who are like the Hobbit equivalent.
That's Lenny Henry, isn't it?
Yeah, Lenny Henry and the Proudfoots. And then, they're gonna be the Pure Hearts or whatever that are gonna save the day somehow, or no doubt. And then you've got the Elven line. The Elven line against Sauron is I'm really enjoying that side. The whole premise of season 2 is about it's all about the rise of Sauron, basically, which has turned out to be far more interesting than I expected. That being said, there are some other things going on in here, and the reason I have orcs down here is because apparently orcs have feelings and families now.
No, they don't. They just like to eat meat.
No.
Well, that's the joke, isn't it? Is that the orcs say, "Oh, meat's back on the menu," which means the orcs
go to restaurants.
They go to restaurants.
So right.
So
So here's what's happened, right? So anyway, spoilers.
Uh-oh.
I don't know whether I should spoiler this. This is spoilers, and if you really care, then spoilers.
About Rings of Power.
Rings of Power season 2.
I've not watched season 1.
I think it's relevant for you to be armed with this knowledge ahead of time before you go into it to understand what you're going into, right? And all the orcs are all gathering or whatever, and they've got this encampment or whatever. And one of the orcs, who's the henchman of like the main guy who's running the sort of show there for the orcs, right? And I've seen them they're doing some pretty horrific stuff. They're branding people and just killing them or whatever like that. Says to the main guy, "Do we have to go back to war again?" And basically implies that he'd rather be with his family. Turns around and there's his wife and the baby orc, and he goes and gives them a hug. Right?
So it's like Shrek or something, all of a sudden.
So at this point, that happened, and I was like, honestly, did that just happen? Like looking at the orc has a family and feelings. And I sort of 180'd on the whole thing. I was like, I think I'm out. I think that may have just been the nail in the coffin for this, but it's not. I am gonna keep going on. And the other thing is, someone pointed out to me, is that orcs were descended from elves, and actually the fact that orcs have a society and families and all that sort of stuff.
Why else would they be fighting if they didn't have families to fight for?
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, it's a good point, right? And it may well have been something. I think there was Mike Redmond or whatever was sort of putting us a little bit straight on this. He's our resident Tolkien expert.
He's a proper Tolkien geek.
Apparently so. And then, of course, the orcs are not to be confused with the Uruk-hai, who are the real fucking mental ones.
They don't have families, though.
I think those are the ones who were hoping meat was back on them. No, the Uruk-hai were the big ones with their handprints on their head, right? Who were born out of the ground. I don't
fucking remember any of this shit.
Well, there you go.
I've tried to read Lord of the Rings a couple of times, and it's just it's just very intimidating, because I had a book with all 3 books in one book. So that book is fucking huge, and the writing in it is very tiny, and the paper is very thin. And I was just like, I don't know how many hours in, I was just like, fuck, I can't be asked to read this. It's too fucking much.
I did it about 20 years ago when I just moved to Canada. I bought the books.
That's how little there was to do in Canada 20 years ago.
No, absolutely. I moved here and not much else to do. It's fine, right? It was perfect. Yeah, but it was tough going.
Yeah, I only said there's because it was going on about how long the books are. I said Lord of the Rings, 3 books, 3 movies. The Hobbit, 1 book, 3 movies. I don't know how they managed that because the one book of the Hobbit is fucking tiny versus one book of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's about half of one of the other books.
Rings of Power, 1 poem, 5 series.
Let's go.
That's Amazon.
That's life. It seems like. But yeah, so I'm going to stick with it, and it's still worth a watch. So there you go.
I watched the first couple of episodes of the first series, and I was like, it's very, very well done. But I'm like, I just don't give a fuck, honestly. Why do I care about this?
I really like the main elven character. I think she's really nice and good. And
well, she's an elf, so she should be.
Yeah, no, but I like her. I think she suits the role really well. She's great. But yeah, there's some stuff. But again, they have to appeal to the masses, don't they? Like you know when you see
no
the
Fallout, is it?
When you see the Proudfoot stuff, that's the stuff that's going to make all the kids and whatever, like that appeals to the kids.
You can't watch this if you're a kid, surely. You're just talking about all the horrible things.
Families are going to be what? Well, families are going to be what? Whatever. That's my theory.
Don't watch this bit where he's just like ripped some guy's throat out or whatever.
It's worth a watch. All right, let's move on then to what we've been playing.
Okay.
Who would like to start? Actually, we can just take turns.
Neil,
you start. Give us.
I want to go get a drink, so someone else does.
I want. Okay. Dave, do you want to start with one?
I'll start with one. I've been playing some more Stellaris.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. 4X game by Paradox. Classic Paradox game.
Yeah, this is the one my son plays all the time, right?
All of a sudden, a few people have suddenly started playing this again. What's happened?
I don't know. I think it's just sort of enough time has elapsed in like the gaming consciousness that I don't know.
So there's no new DLC.
I
or
think
anything.
there was some DLC. I haven't bought it though.
Why have you gone back to it?
Because it was either that or Crusader Kings or Heart of Iron or another big. Another big. I just fancied the 4X game. Yeah. And yeah, just I don't know, just still had it installed. It was updated recently with some small patches. And I was like, oh fuck it, I'll put it on. But mainly because of some of the other games I've been playing, and I needed a break from them, which I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, still enjoying it. I've created a new race and playing with some an origin story and some things I haven't played with before. So yeah, it's got still a lot of game there that even though I've put in nearly 300 hours, still I haven't played.
Just unmodded, like just
no, just some
no Star Trek stuff or anything like that.
No. I'm playing Iron Man mode again, so I'm getting trophies for it as well.
Nice.
Iron Man is like when you die, you die. That's it. Game over.
Yeah. No saves come in. No reverting back to like an hour before. It's
true hardcore.
Hardcore, you know the score.
Yes.
Yep.
That's Stellaris then, is it?
Stellaris. Yep.
All right.
Still giving me hours of joy.
A joy?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
Go on then, Neil. Give us one of yours.
I saw that Chill Robots had posted about a game in the game chat a little while ago, and I noticed that the game had a demo, so I played this demo of a game called Echo Point Nova. And you might say, what the fuck is that? And I will attempt to describe this game.
All right.
It's a bit like Titanfall. It's a bit like that with Tony Hawk, except you don't do any tricks. Well, you try to do tricks, but you don't do like ollies and shit. It's more like, what's the fucking snowboarding game? One of those things. Give me a snowboarding game.
SX Turbo.
Yeah, SSX or whatever. Yeah, SSX plus Titanfall plus something else. Doom, maybe. And so you are some guy, I don't know who, and you are in this open world where you are. I'm just watching this video. It doesn't look like the same game. Yeah, so basically you're jumping around and you're zipping around in a first-person shooter, but it's there's no really story. Yeah, sort of.
No, not Doom. Quake.
Quake
yes,
is very fast. There's you know what was the game that your cousin was going on about? Tribes. That reminded me of Tribes, but this was fucking even more insanely fast. But yeah, so that's a first-person shooter, and it's really high pace. Sorry, I'm really trying to find a video that's not shit, which is why I'm struggling to talk at the same time. But yeah, so it's not super high fidelity graphics, I guess. It's sort of simplistic.
You keep telling us what it isn't.
Sort of simplistic looking first person shooter, but the action is where it's at. The guns look, like I say, everything looks a little low poly, like a sort of maybe not PS era, but better than maybe PS3 era, but like everything's like super crisp. It's like super high definition, but low poly, a bit low detail visually. But it's all about the high speeds and the absolutely insane maneuverability that you have, because you're like, I only played the demo, so you pick up bits and pieces. You're basically running through a tutorial, and then it goes, here's like the first sort of open area. The actual area that you can explore in the full game seems to be absolutely enormous. But it's not just like a huge landmass. It's like there's bits of land, but then you have to basically kind of snowboard fly through the fucking sky to get to other parts of the map. And so, yeah, you get your snowboard, and when you press left shift key, I don't know what there is. I don't know if there's controls at the moment. But yeah, so you like doing slide with your snowboard, and like then you can jump, you get a double jump, and then you can sort of kind of do a third jump while you're in the sky. You've got a grappling hook, and you're just flying everywhere, like say, like a bit like Titanfall, but way faster, way more free, and there's way larger spaces between all of the shit you've got, and then you keep picking up new guns all the time. You've got like a sniper rifle, a shotgun, a submachine gun, a machine gun, a fucking God knows what, and you have a hammer, which is like the gravity hammer in Halo. So like you're running at flight, and you get into like there's like puzzle sort of things to do. You've got to get to different places via this mad fast traversal. You're jumping through like chutes. Let's see if I can get this on the screen, because this actually looks like the game that I was playing. And you're like grappling onto bits and then jumping off that onto a higher bit and then going down some like chute, another chute, and then there's like these absolutely enormous boss things. You have to find the weak spots and shoot the weak spots to kill the boss. I think there's only one boss in the demo, but the actual game appears to be fucking gigantic. And it's a lot of fun. So far. So I think it was 13 quid.
How much?
I think I might buy it.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
because it's just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the demo and stuff on it or whatever. It looks pretty mental.
So do you have like do you have missions and you start and then you can do the mission, or is it literally?
Well, like I say, you've got. I think you can just go fucking anywhere. But once you've done like the basic tutorial, which gives you like most of the mechanics, there's loads of secrets. Oh, what has is like, fucking hell, what's the game? The one that had a demo with Halo. Well, no, the one that came with a demo for Halo. Crackdown. So it's got agility orbs that you can find.
I just saw they said that they called it agility orbs in this.
Yeah, literally, it's called the same fucking thing. So you get them, and then obviously you can like do bigger jumps and all that sort of shit when you get them. And like you've got like a little aliens style like motion tracker radar thing, and
Right.
if there's like weapon crates or agility orbs or stuff, they like show up on your little 180 sort of thing, but they don't tell you whether they're above you or below you, because you can. And another thing is, loads of the environment is destructible, so you can just like get your gravity hammer type mallet thing and just like smash a hole in the fucking ground or a wall.
Right.
And it's fucking just quite bonkers and a lot of fun and super cheap. And they made another game before this.
That was quick.
Which is called Severed Steel, which is less open world and more internal, but very similar looking, and very looks like you've got all this mad mobility still in that game, but it's a much more confined environment that you're doing it in. And that was given away.
We just had.
That was given away free with Epic, or it might have been on Amazon Prime that you claimed from Amazon Prime Gaming, but it was actually on Epic. So I've got it on Epic. I've installed that, so I'm going to probably give that a go.
Because there was a game we had recently, which was you were sort of timed from jumping from point to point and picking up playing cards that gave you
that's
abilities
Neon
and
White.
Stuff like that. Neon White, yeah. So not that I'm saying it's the exact same, but there seems to be this, and I just wonder whether we're at that level now with consoles and like that they can build out and fast with this sort of without much impact.
Well, this is, like I say, it does look fairly simple visually. So that gives like the less detail you've got in the near means you can just expand the scope, this huge amount.
Right. You know, the amount of power they need probably to do everything else, make some sacrifices. And that's fine as long as it's running, stable and fast.
Oh, it was running solid as a rock, 120 frames per second when I was playing it. I was just like, there was no fucking shit.
120, get her.
I mean, I could go a bit higher probably.
Oh, mate, flex.
But my monitor does 240.
It's all right.
It is good. Like I say, it's like you don't really think about too much what you're doing, and like the enemies are like sort of I guess I don't know. It doesn't explicitly tell you that you're entering a harder zone, but there's definitely points where like you're shooting the same kind of people, but they're harder to kill. Or they do you like there's bits where you're running around and you're just basically invincible, just like fucking smashing everything up, shooting the shit out of everything. And if something hits you, it takes like 1 health point off. Usually when you kill stuff, they drop like a heart as well to pick up some health. Like like Doom, when you don't have to do the melee attacks.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But like usually when you kill something, it'll either drop some ammo or drop some health. But you don't have to like do the Doom thing where you like melee attack it or super attack it or whatever. It's just like whenever you kill something, it drops something to keep you going, to keep the combat flowing and stuff. So yeah, I was quite impressed actually for the demo for sure. And I know that since the demo was a Steam Next Fest thing, so it's definitely a bit old. So the actual game, I think, is.
Oh, it's using a what's it called? Like a lasso.
A grappling hook.
Grappling.
Yeah, I did mention that grappling hook.
Grappling lasso.
Yeah, so like you can grapple onto like you see there's enemies running around and like so you as much as you're shooting them, you can just like grapple onto something nearby them, and then as you go in, you like slam the mallet down and they go fucking explode into this. Yeah, it was just a little bit like Doom. Like it's just fun without constant dying, like in Doom Eternal.
I know you said it was like open world, but is it? Open world. Is it like? Are you funneled in a direction?
No. Well, like I say, this is just a demo. But while I was watching the area is fucking just insanely massive, and there's all different biomes. Like there's like ice, desert, and flamey places and stuff. So a lot of variety in the environments, and yeah. So a game you've never heard of, but now you have. You should probably go and have a look at, and maybe
what should we do?
I don't know. Check it out.
Nice. Bingo. All right, cool. That's Echo Point Nova. I'll talk about Valorant actually, because why not? And I know Arnie's in the chat, so it's his fault. Yeah, I went online a couple of days ago and Arnie was in there, and I don't know, I can't remember whether he asked me or I suggested it. I don't know, but anyway, or what happened, or whether actually, sorry, Sarah and Arnie were in and I joined them and we decided we were going to play Valorant. Anyway, so we went in and played some Valorant. Oh my god, I haven't played properly Valorant, I don't think, for a year. And And then even before that, I had one game within 2 years or something like that, or one session. I don't know. Anyway, that was brutal, the first start of it. I had no idea what I was doing.
New maps.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just an ongoing. I mean, there's tons of new maps and new agents.
Yeah.
But the first thing was just like, in the first game, dreadful. I didn't know what buttons I was pressing. If you've played Valorant before, like, in a normal game, we'll press shift to run. In Valorant, you press shift to walk slowly. So, of course, that took a bit of getting used to. But after about half the game, the muscle memory started to come back, and I sort of got into it. And, it's same old Valorant. It's just, it's same old Valorant. I mean, it's a cracking game, right? It's just so sharp and on point but it demands so much of you, right? I mean, I played again last night with Arnie, and Arnie knows exactly what I'm talking about. But this game is we were talking about it last night, I guess, but this game is just so much about managing emotions. If you let this game get on top of you, it can just, I think Arnie was losing it at one point. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Come on, we got to stop caring. The next thing, I'm losing the plot, right? It's and we were discussing it afterwards as well. The thing about Val, and I mean, we played two games last night, and I was just cooked afterwards, just cooked, right? Because it's non-stop. It's just, it demands so much of you. What did Arnie say? It said it was like a great ADD game or ADHD game or whatever like that. It's like short, sharp bursts of just,
absolutely massive focus.
Of massive focus. I find
and absorbing every single thing that you can hear and see.
Yeah. But we had, but it was good. It was nice to go back in.
I watched you actually kill some people. I was impressed.
I was having a rough time at the second game yesterday. Yeah, and I mean, typically anyway, and I'm sure, and Arnie knows this anyway. Like for years, it was always the same. I think we're getting Arnie's good and draws us up, I think, to a little bit of a higher lobby than I would like to be in sometimes. But it makes it challenging, whatever. And what's life without a challenge? And we did have a lot of fun, I think, in one of the games yesterday where both him and I think we got into like 8 or 9 rounds in, and neither of us had got a kill. And then I got a kill, so I was lording it over Arnie for a little while. But then Arnie found his groove, and like before we knew it, and then I started shouting about how I predicted he was going to be the top scorer, and I think he ended up at the top.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. So yeah, I mean, it's Valorant, right? Lots of new. There's new maps. Maps are, they can be tough. Like you think you're holding somewhere that's safe, and it's not because you don't know the map. Or the maps that I know are great to play on because I know I can carry my tactics that we had from before. The new maps are tough. I just don't know. You got to figure it out. And then the new agents. Like there's one point I'm fighting some guy, and he transports you into space, and you have to fight him one-on-one in an arena. Right, the guy who transports you into space. So the first time he did that, he
gulags you.
Yeah, they gulag, and you go in. And I guess the way they work it is they give you shields. You have one shield, but he has 3 small shields. And straight away you get blocked, and then you don't know which shield he's gone behind. So I think that's the advantage in that. And the first time I got... So his ability, right, transports you into an arena in space, and you're facing him, and he has a shield. And then he has a personal shield, right? Which saves him from one shot, apparently. Which is totally busted.
So how does he not win every encounter in space with you?
So what happens is then the two of you get transported into this space, into this arena. Like, it's not a big arena, but and you're facing each other. And then a big shield comes up in front of you out of the ground. And then 3 smaller shields come out in front of him. When the big shield comes out in front of you, and I could have this completely wrong. I only did it twice, but this is what I figured out, I think, is the big shield comes up in front of you. That gives him a chance to pick one of the 3 that he's going to go behind. And so when the shields drop...
It's like whack-a-mole. But
when it starts...
He knows where you are, but you've got to...
you can move, surely, along a big shield. You can move, can you?
Yeah, he's only got 2 points to cover. I'm not entirely sure how... anyway, the point is, the first time I got transported to space and killed and had no idea what I was doing.
Just
I was
like, what the
fucking
fuck is going on?
And I think it's exactly what happened. I was running around going, I just got transported to space. What's going on? But then the second time it happened, I knew I was prepared, sort of, and I killed him. So 1 for 1 on space, on being taken to space.
Dueling.
Space dueling, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I got lucky. And the thing is as well,
who was that guy?
If I can kill him on the second time he takes me to space,
he sucked.
He either sucks hard or that ability is not that great, right?
Is that his ult then? Is that his ult?
I guess it's the ult.
And he wasted it on you.
I know I encountered him as well, and I don't even know what character it was. I encountered him in the normal arena, and he had that shield, and I shot him, and nothing happened, and then he killed me, and Arnie's told me that he has a shield, right? It's totally busted.
Like a permanent shield.
It's not permanent. It only lasts for one shot. But if you're like me and you can't make your shots, right? You only hit maybe one. It's not enough. The time to kill is so short that him having that one shot.
You've missed 3 shots, hit one, and then he's fucking turned and blatted you in the face.
He's made a cup of tea and taken his wife out for dinner before he's killed you.
360 no scope.
So yeah, Valorant, tough, brutal, fried my brain. Loved playing with Arnie. It's good. Good to be back, and Sarah. Of course. So it's good. So hopefully we'll get some more games of that in at some point. It's back on the rotation, it looks like. Yeah. Valorant. Dave.
Well, no need for that noise.
What?
I think that was a Valorant noise.
That was a Valorant noise. That wasn't a Dave noise.
I downloaded, played a new game this week.
I saw this game on Steam.
Yeah. So it's a variant of Shopkeeper Simulator. And it's hit a nerve with quite a lot of people apparently. It's called TCG Card Shop Simulator.
Yeah. I raised my eyebrows when I saw it. I was like, that looks interesting.
Yeah. It hits a nerve.
Sorry, when you say hits a nerve, in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way, in that you're managing a shop, you're buying and selling items to rando people that come in, and you can employ people to stock the shelves and man the cashier.
Here's a pro tip, people: you can actually go do this and earn real money.
You can sell Pokemon cards.
Oh, anything, buying and selling of goods.
Yeah. But the goods that you're selling are basically a rip-off of Pokemon cards.
It's called Tetramon, it says.
It's called Tetramon, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the TCG is, Tetramon card game.
These people like to fly close to the sun, don't they?
Well, collectible cards is not a new thing to Pokemon. No. So
Magic the Gathering? Surely they were there before
Pokemon. There was lots of different card games.
What about Panini? I reckon they probably got the ultimate dibs on collectible cards. That was stickers.
Paninis that you eat?
No, Panini football stickers. They've been around for fucking ever.
I don't know. So the aim of this game is you open packs to unlock get cards, and the cards have different foil or different edition ratings.
Ooh, foil plus 50 chips.
Foil. No, not chips, money. Real money that you can then sell back to the unsuspecting people that go to your shop. So all the different cards have a value attached to them depending on their rarity, depending on the card, the foil if it's a foil, and the edition. And yeah, that's it. Basically, you're unlocking all these packs of cards. You can take hold of 8 packs in total, and each pack is 7 cards that you can unpack. And you unpack them, and it flies out, and then it tells you if you've got a high value one.
Oh, mate, tell me that isn't doing something to the lizard brain.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is massively. Yeah. So like,
this shop looks like Game. It's got so few things in it.
Yeah. You basically just you smash through these cards, and some packs will have like literally cards that have got pennies worth, and then sometimes, very rarely, you get like a £500 card.
Does it make a good
Oh,
noise when you
aren't
get
you
it?
supposed to be selling these things?
Oh yeah, you are.
So what? It's not
Money
good when
doesn't
someone.
but it's the money doesn't matter
Yeah.
though, does it?
you
It's the
put-
sound. It's the sound it makes when you
they're
get
not
it.
they're
Are
not
you
the
rigging
really
the packs?
ultra rare.
Are you
No,
rigging the
you're not.
packs?
No, you're not doing the packs at all. The packs they have a set value of, well, not value. They have
It's like you
have a
buy
set
a pack of
probability
cards for like
what
10 quid or whatever, and then
yeah.
anything
So
could be in there.
So what you're doing is you're not selling that pack to the customers. You're opening it and gambling.
Oh, you
on
are stiffing the
value
packs
of.
then.
Well, you're instead of selling them, you're opening them.
You're using your own product.
Yeah. Basically, you're
Don't get high on your own supply, Dave.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. That's the name of this one. But then there are ultra rare cards called ghost cards, which can be worth like thousands.
Oof.
Or
But what then? You
10,000.
sell the individual cards then, do you, for thousands?
Yeah.
Question: how random do you think it is? Like, do you think there's a possibility you could just do a super rare card?
I've looked into it. I know all the probabilities.
But is the probability there that like you could pick up a super rare on the first pack you open?
Yeah, there is.
Or never.
They don't like. They don't like. It doesn't unlock later as you progress.
No. Every single type of pack of card has a set probability of all the different probabilities of all the different cards that it can hold. So when you verify the standard card deck, the probability of you getting the most ultra rare one is like 100,000 to 1. But it's a probability, and then you once
Could
you
be
level
this
up
one.
and sell more,
Could be this one right here.
Yeah. But once you upgrade your shop and you get access to higher, better card packs, like rare card packs or legendary card packs, which the odds are better that you get these ultra rare cards, and then you
larger pack sizes and things like that are obviously pack probabilities and
yeah. So all this is hidden in a shop game. Shopkeeper, I can't remember what the original was off, but it was basically like a shop game that did have some traction, but
the supermarket simulator.
Yeah, supermarket simulator, something like
supermarket
that.
manager simulator. I'm like, fucking hell,
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
It's quite similar to those, but yeah, this is the unlocking the gambling on these cards and yeah, unlocking and it is. It's doing something to your brain as you're doing it. It's like, oh, not this one, not this one.
This is not an idle game.
It's not an idle game. No. Yeah, you have to participate in this one.
Why did you go off into the corner? The guy watching the video, every time he picks up a cards and he goes off into the corner of his shop, he's like hiding from everybody opening his cards up.
Doesn't really
does it matter that much?
No.
Oh, he's a customer.
The 14-minute card, 14 quid card. Yeah. This game pretty much sums up. Yeah, you go into the menu, you order online, and you order different packs and different types of cards, and then once you level up, you got to buy a license to get. That's not really realistic, but you buy a license to upgrade your cards to get different cards, and then you put them on a shelf.
Become an authorized reseller.
Yeah, basically, and then you can also put down tables for people to play, and you charge per hour.
Why is this guy got a weird green smoke around?
Right, no, he's a smelly customer, so you do get smelly customers.
This is like a real game shop.
And yeah, you got to. He's ordering some spray to spray him down now. And if he hangs around other customers too long, they leave the shop. Yeah. So you got.
Can you tell him to fuck off then?
So you can spray him down, and then later on you can get automatic air fresheners that when they walk past, they give them a spritz.
Nice.
On the doorway, detecting bad odor.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds fun to talk about. Is it any good?
I've been playing it for 20 hours this week.
Wow.
Nice, yes.
That's insane.
All right.
Yeah. It does something to you.
I mean, the actual cards do look a bit Pokemon-y. I'm not a
Yes, they are
Pokemon
very
player, but they do look a bit like the kind of things I think.
Or
Oh, that looks a bit
Digimon,
like a
or
Pokemon shit.
they're like a collectible.
Can you actually
animal
play
game.
the battling game?
No, that
Oh.
is in the. They do that's.
So that's
It's
DLC.
still in. It's still in early access.
Oh, right,
It's not
okay.
DLC.
So that is going to come,
That
is
is
it?
part of their roadmap of 1.0. Is they want to get that into the game. Even since the last week, they've been doing lots. There's been like 4 or 5 updates. They're pretty much updating every day at the moment. With
Good job they got the
balances
smelly people in before they
and,
put the card game in.
and but yeah, they're it's good. Yeah, and they're actively working on it, and it has got a lot of traction from the community.
So is it? I was thinking that other game that everyone went fucking mental, that Arcade Paradise. People were doing that.
That's
thing.
what
Is it
I
a
was
bit like
thinking
that?
about. Yeah.
Like that kind
So-
of.
So it's that kind of like shop, but there's not that so much interactivity, but they are trying to get that in.
So you have to
that
do
is
medium.
part of the
You don't have to do the washing, obviously.
Sweep the
No,
floor.
No, you don't
Or
have to
clean the
sweep the floor.
toilets.
You man the cashier, you stock the shelves, you order the items put on the shelves, you order the equipment to give in the shop, and you open the cards, and then later on you get a place where you can sell the individual cards where that you've opened for huge profits.
Nice.
Yep.
Right on. Right on. All right. Sounds interesting. I could
Very
be tempted
enjoyable.
with that. Oh, very enjoyable. That could be the deal breaker for me.
But you can't afford it, obviously.
It's got some Steam credit. Cool. All right. So that is TCG Card Shop Simulator.
Yep.
All right. You got a couple more on there, or do we want to? Actually, let's go to Neil. Neil, do you want to do your Ghost?
Okay.
Actually, that's your only one, isn't it?
That's fine. Yeah, but I'll do it. Yeah. I started playing Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know how you say this.
Is that the one where you run around on the beach to kill those people at the start?
Yeah. Well, it depends.
You kill loads of people. Battle or something,
you charge into battle, but you don't have to kill that many people before you have to die. Yeah. So it's a Sony Sucker Punch is Sony first party. Yeah, they made Infamous.
Heard of it at this point, haven't they?
So it's a classic Sony third person over the shoulder job. But I think this is actually very good.
Well, no, I'd be surprised if you said it wasn't.
Yeah,
it's highly rated, isn't it?
Yeah. But it looks fucking awesome. I don't need a PS5 Pro. Oh, imagine what this would look like on a PS5 Pro. It looks pretty fucking good on my PS5. It's just come to PC as well, so I'm sure it looks even better, and you can probably ultra wide it and everything, because it's got that thing. At the beginning, you get to choose multiple things, including your difficulty. I went with standard, whatever that is. And some of the options are the visual options. And there's like a Surakawa mode. Is that how you say it? He's like this legendary Japanese movie director, and it's all black and white. And it's got like film grain, so it literally looks like you're watching an old fucking film. Because the visually, it's fucking very impressive, and it's quite cinematic at points as well. Like it does this. There's several things like mechanics in the game. One of them is called a standoff. So you go in, like you're approaching a group of enemies, and it will say, press up or whatever to enter standoff. It doesn't say that. It just says standoff with the up button. So you press the up button and you go into the standoff, and it goes to this like cut scene of like you walking in, like, and changes the camera aspect and everything. And then there's this enemy, and you have to hold triangle. This has gone a bit on from this is a little bit advanced versus the initial start of the game, but like you hold triangle, and as they go to attack you, you let go of triangle, and you just like fucking slash their throat open and shit like that, and blood goes everywhere. And it's like, whoa, fucking hell! And then you start this big fucking fight with the rest of the guys, and you can it's got all these unlock trees and stuff like that, so you can unlock the ability to do another fucking badass fucking move on the second person, and all that sort of shit as the game goes by. But basically, the gist is the Mongols, i.e., Genghis Khan and his clan, not Genghis because it's one of his cousins or whatever, have come to invade Japan, and they've chosen your island and you're one of 80 samurai at the beginning that are trying to defend the land. But basically, all of your samurai buds, including your uncle, appear to die in this big fight at the beginning. But for some reason, you're not actually dead, despite looking like you're dead. And someone nurses you sort of back to health, and within like about 10 minutes, you're like being a badass again. After literally like waking up from a coma.
Oh, that's the one. That woman's nursing you back to health, and you have to go find the swords and stuff like that.
Yeah, go around. It's basically like a tutorial, like you learn all the moves and shit. And yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that, so but yeah. So then you get all these like flashbacks for when you were a little kid as part of the tutorial, like you do fights and stuff. It's really nicely well made. And looks, like I say, looks fucking amazing. And there's actually, the fighting's good. It's not Dark Souls, obviously. And it's not Neo or anything like that. It's not hard, like Dark Souls, but it's not like hack and slash do what you... Oh, it is a bit. Mashing. Yeah, you can button mash, I guess, to a bit. But you probably do a lot better if you're a bit more like methodical and like... Because there's the whole... Like, you can parry the attacks, and that's the best way to do it. Like, you wait for them to attack you, you parry their attack, they get deflected, and you can like do a couple of good attacks. And then there's like people with shields, so you'll need to do a heavy attack on the guy, 2 heavy attacks to knock a shield guy start out of his stance before you can just like slash him up. And then there's people come with you with spears or like double swords, and when their like attack goes red, you can't block that. You have to get out of the way. You have to dodge. So it's the same story for every third-person fucking video action game from Sony. Basically, it's like in this sort of like God of War, Spider-Man, whatever. They're all kind of roughly the same, but this one so far is my favourite that I've played. Because I like the vibes, I like the samurai, like the visually, it's beautiful. The environments are great.
You go get some Shogun action.
Yes, I should probably. I would really enjoy it. I did watch a couple of them, but I just ain't got around to watching the rest of it. But I know I'd like that if I watched it. I love Japanese stuff. Love Sekiro, but it's fucking too hard, way too hard. Yeah, right. And this is like easy Sekiro. So far. 4 thumbs up if I had 4 thumbs.
I should probably go back to this.
You should get this from the library.
Yeah, we had it in the house actually for a bit, and but I didn't give it a proper shake.
I have literally. I've been started this in English dub, English. There's no subtitles, and I'm like, I think I might change this to Japanese with English subtitles because I feel like it might just feel a bit better because it feels good anyway.
You're unlikely to miss any information that's relevant to your gameplay, right? So, yeah. So, all right, good.
But this is the best of the games that, like the PlayStation former exclusives. Obviously, because it's on PC now. But this is my jam. I'm loving it.
Are you playing this on PlayStation?
I'm a PlayStation, yeah, because it's part of PS Plus Extra.
All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to hear more about that.
I'll definitely be continuing with that.
Okay. Good. Okay. What's Dave's got 2 left? I've got 2 left. I'll talk about Balat. Actually, I don't even know if is there anything to talk about Hunt? And we've sort of pretty much at the end of the battle pass. I think
new battle pass in a couple of days. Well,
I haven't been on. There was an update. What happened in the update? Do we know? Not that I don't even know if any of our listeners care. I care. In fact, I think we'll be playing Hunt later anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Not if Arnie's got anything to do about it.
Oh, I don't owe Arnie Valorant games like Matt owes him PUBG games. I probably maybe sneaking a couple. But Arnie did mention something about uploading Hunt at some point.
Downloading it, maybe.
Downloading it. Sorry, whatever. Anywho. So forget about. So I haven't really got much to talk about. Hunt Battle Pass is ending. Don't know if I'm going to make the end of it. But I got the Hunter that comes near the end anyway, so that's all I care about.
You ain't getting that charm.
I don't think I am getting that charm.
I need another 4,000 XP, and I played a few games last night, and I got about 200 I was like, fuck, I ain't getting that. Can't be asked.
Yeah, no, whatever for a charm.
But I don't mind playing Hunt anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and Balatro I've been playing more. Actually, there are two things to talk about Balatro. Is I believe Defo started playing it, so I'm hoping I'm gonna
on the mobile.
I'm just hoping perhaps there's another Balatro partner in crime there, which is
somebody
always
can
nice
talk
to
to
have.
about it.
Yeah,
Doesn't think you're a head case.
Somebody please talk to me. Balatro going to the iPad is the worst thing that has ever happened in my life ever. Of that there is no doubt. I think almost every night this week I've played till well past midnight in bed. It's just not good.
You were doing that beforehand, weren't you? But now you don't have to have a controller.
What happened before was I was playing on GeForce Now, and yes, I was playing a little bit more, but it didn't run very well. And very often what would happen is around about 10 o'clock, my son would go down and get online. And then
that's when it went to shit.
And then it went to shit. But with it being on the iPad as a native app, don't have to worry about that. Runs beautifully. Touch controls are great. I mean, one of the points is it's really good on mobile. It's on Apple Arcade, so people can check that out. Neil, is Mouth Crotch? Is that really what we're going to call the show title?
I don't think we are. Who do you think puts all these dodgy names in there?
I know who does it. He doesn't put capital.
You can tell because there's no capitals.
His signature. But yeah, I've been doing some more Balatro runs. Been getting my ass kicked. I've sort of been trying to do different runs with jokers that I don't use or whatever. But I've still been getting my ass kicked. I did a run on Sunday that I was going to stream with Madness Joker, and I failed. Did I do that one? No, I think I failed it hard. I fucked it up royally. That one never got posted.
Didn't put that on YouTube, no?
That one didn't get posted. But I had tried to do some more runs at some point. Balatro is Balatro. So I'll leave the floor then to Dave for the last couple.
Cool. So continuing playing Cosmoteer.
Remind me what that was again?
Cosmoteer 2D.
This was the thing that looked a bit like FTL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like FTL. It's you create your own spaceships and crew them, and they run around with a power, and you do missions and do mining and stuff like that. I'm still playing it. Still really enjoying it. Yeah, it's I've put another 5 hours into it this week. TCG Card Shop Sim did kind of getting a lot of my gaming time this week.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Can't play that in an idle, can you?
Not really. But no, Cosmoteer. Still good. I've got to like the second or third level. I'm still creating slightly different ships. The limiting factor actually on the ships is the actual crew size. So like the best way of creating ships in this is trying to create a lean ship with as little crew as you can, but while still like being able to fly and fight and stuff like that. So
you have to actually manage the crew like individually, like
you can set their priorities on what they do. So you can there's like about 100 different things that these crews can do, and you prioritize like, okay, no, I don't want you to be loading energy into the engines. I want you to be doing like you set 1 or 2 people to set energy into the weapons or manning the weapons. And you can set up all these different types of crew to do slightly different things. And that's the secret of not just telling everybody you can do everything. You have a set amount of people that do very specific roles. So yeah, it is complicated and doing that, and there's a lot of trial and error. I do kind of wish there was more of a like a training simulator style thing where you create a sandbox mode where you create a ship and mess about with it. And I suppose there is on a different save game you could probably do that, but as I'm playing it, I wish there was just like a simulation of what you could do beforehand. Or maybe there is and I'm missing it, I don't know. But yeah, there's quite a lot of trial and error, and it's like, oh no, that didn't work, and basically reload a save and go back, and spend a lot of time with it. So, but it's all right. I'm still enjoying it. The last game I was going to play about, I've been playing as I purchased it yesterday, day before, I can't remember. A game which is like FTL. It's like FTL in a different way, in that it's like a roguelike card game, deck building game in space, called Breachway.
I've had this on my wish list for absolutely fucking ages.
Oh, have you? I didn't realize.
I downloaded the demo and played the demo, which hard locked my PC and made it rebooted to safe mode.
Brilliant.
So that's as far as I got with it.
I saw this the other day and went, actually, this looks quite good. And I've put a couple of hours into it. It's hard.
I'm out.
3 hours. I put 3 hours into it. It's basically it's a roguelike.
Which is like FTL's a roguelike at the end of the day. So it is very much FTL inspired, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a bit nicer looking.
It's nice looking. It's the cards, the like how they dealt and how they're played is good. The animations are good. Since when I bought it, I played it like an hour or so, and then I played it the next day, and there was a massive update with loads of different balance changes, how some things work. So they are still messing about.
It's still early access though. This is.
It's still early access. Yeah. But it's good.
Is this the one that was 13 quid?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it was this that was 13 quid.
Yeah.
I think Echo Point Nova might have been more like 25 quid. Now I think about it.
So yeah, it's a good single player game. Nice roguelike, deck building. It's space based. You travel along a map, and on the map there's depending on which ship and which factions you are aligned to, either they like you, are neutral, or they hate you. You have different interactions with various points. If you follow the actual like easy mode, you don't have to spend fuel. But if you want to go off onto different tracks that are not basically the main line, you have to spend fuel to do various different things, and sometimes that can contain elite bosses or space stations where you can repair or buy equipment, or have different crew come on your ship. When you're actually in a combat, it's turn-based, and you draw a set amount of cards depending on your ship and your abilities, and they could be shields or they could be shields or enhance your ship in a certain way, or fire in a particular way, either fire lasers or torpedoes or flak, or a few different things. And that's it. You play your cards. You have hit points. The enemies have hit points. Again, you can like raise shields, which gives you a temporary shield buff. Your shields do half, so they reduce the full amount of damage, and then at the end of the turn, the amount of shields halves against what you have. So if you have 10 shields at the end, by the time
they decay.
Yeah, it goes down to 5.
Why do they decay?
It's just a game mechanic.
Right.
You can have abilities that slows the decay, or reduces it, right. Or you can have shields that you have a high amount of shields for one turn, but that all goes. Or you can play cards that have low amount of shields, but they never decay, or decay after 5 turns rather than 0. I've finished the first map, and got into the second one and unlocked the second ship, and then that's been the second getting to the second map with a different ship has been kicking my ass. But they've since done an update and they've done quite a lot of balance changes and stuff. So yeah, it's good. It's still early access. There's that they have said this. There is still work ongoing, and again, it is another game that they've been updating quite a lot since it's been released. But no, I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good deck building game.
75% positive on Steam, it says. People will complain. A few early complaints about bugs, which you said had a big patch. I feel like it seems like most of those bugs got polished out. There's quite a lot of positive reviews on the thing. People, it says it's going to be early access for around a year potentially.
Right.
But at the same time, the full version of the game is planned to have additional content influenced by the community feedback during early access. However, the structure and major mechanics of the game are already present now. So the game is basically the game. There might just be some extra bits at some point down the road.
I can see that. I can see. It's really good. It looks good. It plays good. It feels really nice as a deck game. The SpaceX aspects and the game mechanics around that makes sense. And yeah, it's really good. Really enjoying it.
Are you saying that people
should check it out? I don't know if it has a demo or not.
It has a demo because I downloaded it earlier, but I don't know what's happening. People were typing on Discord. I was running the game, and all of a sudden I was like, my cursor doesn't move. What's going on? And then the music was still playing, and then sometime later, nothing happened. And my PC just
check out the demo. But if you want to play it for less than 2 hours and then refund it, I think people will play it for more than 2 hours because it's a good game.
Under $20.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I don't know what. I think it must have been in a Steam Next Fest, and I looked at it and went, that looks fucking cool. Because it's kind of, like I say, it does remind me a lot. I didn't finish FTL because FTL was rock hard. But it does similar things without the intense ship management during combat. By the look of it, because you are basically just playing. Any encounter is just like playing cards.
Yes. Yeah.
Or like, like Slay the Spire type of thing.
Yeah.
But
what do you think, Dave? Breachway or TCG?
Well, I like new things.
Which card game is for you? The one where you play actual cards and play the card game, which is one game you've definitely been playing a lot of, or where you just open packs of cards?
I don't know. They both have appeal.
They've both been taking my time this week, so
interesting. It'll be interesting to see what I'm gonna grab that Breachway. It's on sale right now, 25% off. So.
Yes, it's a very nice aesthetic, sort of cel-shaded sci-fi. Looks cool.
Yeah, I think you would pretty quickly see if you like it or not.
Pretty quickly.
I don't understand
that refund function.
How do you play 20 hours of opening cards? I don't understand, Dave.
Easy, honestly, very easy. Because you can put like a YouTube video or Netflix.
Yeah, that's not playing the game. Then you're watching YouTube or whatever instead while playing.
But you open it and then it stops and you're like, ching, and then you get a sound. You're like, oh, how much? And it's £10. Oh, that's no good. And then like you watch your video again.
I feel like there's more actual game in Breachway than there is in TCG.
Yeah, but it doesn't quite hit the same.
Not like a fruit machine.
You're not getting that fruit machine high.
No. This is why I never play fruit machines because
cool. So that's Breachway. I'll have a bit of feedback on that then. I just bought it, so.
Oh, nice. It'll definitely get refunded. Yeah, she doesn't fucking play anything.
And I've got. I was showing Neil. I got. Did I post it into the WhatsApp or whatever? I got. Last of Us Part 2 from the library.
You actually picked it up?
I've picked it up. I've installed it. I've just got to start it. We'll probably just be returning it.
No, you should
I'm gonna try. Of course, I'm gonna try it. I've
played through the first one, didn't you? You played through the first one, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm looking forward to.
You should play the second one before the TV show comes out.
I didn't watch the first TV show though.
Yeah, well, that's because you played the first game, which is basically what happens in the TV show. So,
but isn't the TV show?
It's a lot less effort than playing the game.
You don't get to the end of the first game though. In the
series. Yeah. It totally ends exactly where the game ends. Yeah, totally.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. Where she? Oh, spoilers. No, I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, I'm not doing any spoilers, but you have to play the second one because people who loved the first TV show are gonna fucking go mental in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll start that. Okay, good. Well, I think that's a show, everyone. Thank you very much. Unless anybody says otherwise, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, good. Dave, do you want to do the
outro?
Do the honors.
Hang on. I haven't got my eyes on. Thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions and get involved, please contact us either on our website, which is sealpodcast.com. We have a web form you can fill in to contact us directly. You can also contact us on email at sealpodcast@gmail.com. You can join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on X, Acast, YouTube, Twitch. The YouTube is at Seal Podcast, Twitch is at Seal Podcast, X is at Seal Podcast, and we upload and stream other bits other than the podcast, but Fraser's
Balatro runs.
Fraser's Balatro runs. None this week though. I was disappointed.
All right.
There was a Twitch stream. Which someone could just upload it to YouTube anyway.
Yeah, but what I think I recorded it. It's a much better stream to YouTube if I record it locally and then do it that way rather than export.
You should have enough bandwidth to upload a good quality stream of Balatro. That should be fine.
I don't know why I'm just not getting decent stream quality. I don't know.
It looks fine when I watch it on my phone. So I don't know. Yeah. But it's a small screen, obviously.
Yeah, who knows? All right. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Neil. Good to see you guys as usual. Thank you everyone for listening, tuning in, watching.
Thanks to Arnie and Andy for appearing in the chat.
Yes, well, actually, thank you. I was about to say that and forgot.
And thank you very much for Arnie for subbing again.
Yes, thanks, Arnie.
Doesn't feel like a month since you last did that. That's absolutely crazy.
It doesn't.
Very good. All right. Thanks, everyone, and we shall catch up with you probably next week.
All right, hopefully.
Cheers, guys.
See you soon.